I used to think people who managed to save for a home deposit were completely different from me. You know the kind of people I mean. The organized ones. The disciplined ones. The people with color-coded spreadsheets and savings accounts with actual money inside them. Meanwhile, I felt like money slipped through my fingers almost the second I earned it. Every month I would say, "This month will be different." And every month somehow ended exactly the same. I would check my banking app with that horrible nervous feeling in my stomach. Bills. Food shopping. Random spending I barely even remembered. Then suddenly there would be almost nothing left. And the worst part? I genuinely started believing maybe I was just bad with money. Maybe some people are naturally good at finances. And maybe I just was not one of them. Then Gran Betty changed everything with one sentence. But before I tell you what she said, I need you to do something quickly. Look around the room you are in right now. Seriously. Because somewhere nearby there is probably money you forgot existed. And by the end of this video, I think you are going to see money very differently. It started on a rainy Tuesday afternoon at Gran Betty's house. Rain tapped softly against the kitchen windows. The kettle was boiling. And Gran Betty was sitting at the table carefully folding old shopping receipts into neat little piles. She still keeps receipts inside an old biscuit tin that must be older than I am. Gran Betty grew up during difficult times. Nothing was wasted in her house. Not food, not fabric, not electricity, not money. She still washes and reuses freezer bags. She still turns plugs off at the wall. And she still folds paper notes the exact same way she did 40 years ago. I remember sitting there complaining about how impossible saving felt. How is anyone supposed to afford a house anymore? Gran Betty looked up slowly and said something that honestly irritated me at first. "Darling, most people are not poor. They are leaking." Instead, she reached into the cupboard beside her and pulled out an empty glass jar. Then she slid it across the table toward me. "For the next 30 days, I want you to hunt for every forgotten pound hiding in your life." "What? Like loose change?" "Loose change. Forgotten notes, refunds, old vouchers, hidden balances, every abandoned pound." Honestly? I thought she had finally lost her mind. How was searching sofa cushions supposed to help me build a future? But then Gran Betty leaned forward, tapped the table twice the way she always does before giving serious advice, and quietly said, "You cannot build a future while leaking your present." And somehow, that sentence stayed with me. So I took the jar home. Now I need to be honest with you. The first evening felt embarrassing. I remember kneeling on the carpet reaching under sofa cushions thinking, what am I actually doing with my life? Part of me genuinely believed successful people would never need to search for spare change. But Gran Betty always says, pride is one of the most expensive things a person can own. So I kept searching. And then, £1 coin. Then another. Then another. The sound of coins dropping into the empty glass jar was weirdly satisfying. Within 15 minutes, I had found nearly £8 hidden inside my sofa. £8. Not earned, not borrowed, not gifted, just ignored. And that was the first moment something shifted in my brain. Because suddenly I started wondering, how much money had I ignored over the years? And honestly, that question bothered me. The next morning before work, I checked the pockets of an old winter coat hanging behind the door. Inside was a folded £5 note. Then later that evening, I checked an old handbag. More coins, store vouchers, unused gift cards. Suddenly every drawer in my flat started feeling like a mystery. And I became obsessed. Now keep watching because what happened on day 3 completely changed the challenge. I dragged an old hiking backpack down from the top shelf of my wardrobe. Dust exploded everywhere when it hit the floor. I nearly did not check the side pocket. That tiny decision changed everything. £20 had been sitting forgotten in my wardrobe for years while I kept telling myself I could not save money. I called Gran Betty immediately. She laughed so hard she could barely speak. Then she said, "Small leaks create large storms." That line stayed with me for the rest of the challenge. Because suddenly I realized the problem was bigger than forgotten cash. I started noticing all the invisible ways money leaked out of my life. Unused subscriptions, late fees, impulse spending, food waste, duplicate purchases because I forgot what I already owned. That realization made me emotional. Because for years I kept saying, "I never have enough," while treating small amounts of money like they were meaningless. If you ignore the pennies, eventually the pounds ignore you. And I think she is right. By the end of week 1, the jar had become noticeably heavy. Every evening I would pour the coins onto the kitchen table and count them slowly. I loved the sound, the weight of the jar, the feeling of visible progress. And for the first time in ages, I felt hopeful. Not rich, not financially free, just hopeful. And then something happened that honestly embarrassed me. I found an old purse buried inside a drawer underneath takeaway menus, tangled charges and random paperwork. I nearly threw it away without checking inside. At the very last second, I opened the zip compartment. Inside, £35 in notes. I actually sat on the floor staring at the money, feeling angry with myself. How many times had I panicked over money while cash sat forgotten inside my own house? Gran Betty simply shrugged and said, "Every forgotten pound is unpaid attention." That sentence genuinely changed me. Now pause for a second. I want you to comment below with the strangest place you have ever found money. Because after this challenge, I realized almost everybody has a story. Money inside birthday cards, old coat pockets, books, kitchen drawers, suitcases. And trust me, I still have not told you the most emotional discovery yet. Around day 8, I started what Gran Betty calls the Great Pocket Audit. This was serious. Every coat, every pair of jeans, every bag, every backpack, every suitcase. I turned my flat upside down. At one point, my entire bedroom floor disappeared beneath piles of clothes. And this is where things became fascinating psychologically. Because once I started paying attention to money, I started paying attention to everything else too. I became more organized, more intentional, less impulsive. I stopped buying duplicates because I finally knew what I already owned. I stopped ignoring refund emails. I started checking receipts properly. And for the first time in years, checking my bank balance stopped terrifying me. Wealth is usually built in places people are too impatient to look. That might be one of the wisest things she has ever said. Then came the digital leak section of the challenge. And honestly, this part shocked me more than the physical money. I checked my subscriptions. I found a streaming service I had not used in 7 months. An app subscription quietly renewing every month. Unused online shop credit. A forgotten cashback balance. Free trials I forgot to cancel. Apparently, the average household wastes hundreds of pounds every year through forgotten subscriptions and unnoticed spending leaks. After doing this challenge, I believe it. Because I was doing exactly that, and suddenly I realized something uncomfortable. I had not been bad with money. I had been unconscious with money. That thought completely changed me. But around day 18, I nearly gave up. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor late at night staring at the jar thinking, is this honestly making any real difference? The excitement faded, the discovery slowed down, and part of me thought, maybe this is pointless. Darling, the people who change their lives are usually the ones who keep looking 5 minutes longer than everybody else. So I kept going. Thank goodness I did. Because what happened next completely shocked me. That weekend alone I found £23 in an old bedside drawer, unused online balances, a forgotten refund, and nearly £12 underneath my car seats. But that was not even the biggest moment. There is one discovery I still have not told Gran Betty about. And honestly, it nearly made me cry. At the back of an old drawer beneath birthday cards and paperwork, I found an envelope labeled, Future Plans. Inside was a small amount of money I had started saving years ago. Not much. But seeing that envelope hit me emotionally. Because I realized something painful. At some point, I had stopped believing my future was possible. I had stopped planning, stopped saving, stopped paying attention. And standing there holding that envelope, I realized this challenge was rebuilding more than my savings. It was rebuilding my belief. Gran Betty always says, hope grows best in small daily actions. Now I finally understand what she means. By the final week, this no longer felt like a challenge. It felt like a new identity. I was becoming someone who notices money. Someone who respects money. Someone who thinks ahead. And maybe that sounds dramatic over a glass jar full of coins. But one evening I sat cross-legged on the floor counting money past midnight, and suddenly imagined something. One day, when I finally hold the keys to my first home, I genuinely think I will remember this jar. Not because of the amount inside it, but because this was the moment I stopped feeling powerless. Now, before I reveal the final total, I want you to guess below how much money you think I found in 30 days. Honestly, my original guess was maybe £30, maybe 40 if I got lucky. But when I emptied the jar onto the kitchen table, when the coins spilled across the wood, when I counted every note, every pound, every forgotten bit of cash, the final total came to £182.65. I actually froze. £182.65, found entirely inside my normal everyday life. No second job, no miracle, no lottery win. And here is the scary part. If I ignored £182 every month for 5 years, that would be over £10,000 lost. £10,000 hidden inside small habits nobody notices. That is what Gran Betty was trying to teach me all along. Most people think financial progress starts with earning more, but sometimes it starts with finally noticing what is already there. Now there is a glass tray beside my front door for loose change. Now every refund goes directly into savings. Now every pound has a purpose. Now every Friday is Pocket Check Friday. And honestly, for the first time in years, my financial life feels calmer. A wiser wallet creates a quieter mind, and mine finally feels quieter. So now it is your turn. For the next 30 days, search the drawers, check the coat pockets, empty the bags, look under the car seats. Review your subscriptions. Find the money your past self abandoned. And when you do, come back and tell me your total. Because maybe this is bigger than spare change. Maybe this is about becoming people who finally take control back. And if this video helped you see money differently even slightly, do not leave quietly. Hit the like button because it genuinely helps more people discover these habits. Share this with someone who feels financially stuck. And subscribe right now, because Gran Betty's Money Wisdom series is only getting started. And trust me, you do not want to miss the next episode where Gran Betty reveals how she once saved hundreds of pounds using supermarket cashback vouchers, loyalty points, spare coins, and one tiny weekly habit almost nobody uses anymore. Little rivers fill mighty oceans. And honestly, I think she is right.